It is a little while. We are approaching that peak of hurricane
Yes,
season.
September 10th,
Yeah.
so it's less than a month away, and it doesn't just drop off rapidly. Really, August 15th, what is today? Okay, the 13th, so
Yeah.
about 2
We're
days
getting
from now
there.
till about October 15th, that is the heart of hurricane season. Once we get past October 15th, mid-October, things really do start to settle down. So
How are we looking?
and we're looking good right now.
Okay.
In fact, the only thing we have showing up nearby is a very active thunderstorm. Not severe, but boy, a ton of lightning up over Bogalusa. This, if you're in the city, is something you'd look off in the distance and call heat lightning because it is just too far for the thunder, the sound, to actually reach us. But if you're up on the North Shore, you definitely hear the thunder as some active thunderstorms from Bogalusa down into Sun. So most of it is in Washington Parish, but right along the parish line with St. Tammany and also pushing into Pearl River County, we've got that lightning. And again, looking off in the distance from the city is where you've got all of those big thunderstorms ongoing. And I've turned one of our cameras atop the View Orleans back toward those storms, and you just constantly see the flashes of lightning. At times you see the lightning strokes themselves, but definitely the flashes highlighting those clouds and the thunderstorms north of the lake. 84. We actually had kind of a peak of some moisture during the day today. That's why our humidity has been a little bit higher and temperatures have not really cooled off much. In fact, we're in the 80s on both sides of the lake and expect it to get a little bit hotter during the day tomorrow, as we will have a heat advisory for most of us through tomorrow late afternoon, evening, as heat indices will climb up to about 111 degrees. So expect, after a couple of days of a little bit of a break, high temperatures have been lower 90s. We're back into the mid 90s and with higher humidity or higher dew points, or higher heat indices. I'll get it out. 70s and 80s on the map right now. Still many mid 80s around the area. What helped us out over the last couple of days was a little disturbance that is now moving into Atlanta or to northern Georgia because of this upper feature kind of pushing all of that moisture north of us. We have an upper trough and an upper high building in, kind of moving that tropical disturbance away from us. Next several days, we are going to be dominated by this upper ridge, which means we dry out and we heat up. Not only are we going to see less rainfall to keep us hot and stay hot with that upper high building in, we are going to see less rain. Now, as we head into the next couple of days, there's that little tropical disturbance moving away from us. We'll just have to rely on normal instability, daytime heating, and Gulf moisture to help provide for any of our rainfall. And that usually means we don't see too much rain, about a 30% chance as we head into the next couple of afternoons. Isolated downpour is still possible. This is now newly designated Invest 98. It does not mean anything else other than the fact that computer models are now being run on it. Still only has a low 20% chance of development, and the models are not very aggressive with this. This is what the Euro is saying, that rainfall moving into the Bay of Campeche, southwestern Gulf as we head into the day tomorrow, Friday. Starting to move toward the Mexican coast as we head toward Friday early morning. There is some semblance of maybe a little low-level circulation or some type of broad circulation trying to get organized, but quickly by Friday night, evening, and into the night, that moisture is already into Mexico, southern Texas, and the window of opportunity is done. Different story for Tropical Storm Erin. It still has a ways to go, as it will likely continue to intensify, maybe quickly as we head into tomorrow. By Friday, it's expected to become a hurricane, and that forecast still anticipating a major hurricane. Thankfully, though, the model guidance has been keeping this out to sea. It has been battling dry air as of yesterday, but it's really picked up a little pocket of moisture to work with. And in terms of the steering, this upper level high is what is keeping it going toward the west. Now that high breaks down, and this upper trough is what starts pulling the storm northward. Exactly when it starts pulling northward is kind of the big question. And there have been some trends, especially with the Euro, of getting a little bit closer to, say, the East Coast, and especially maybe the outer banks of North Carolina. Depending upon the upper steering, this again does not threaten the Gulf. Maybe the East Coast could be a little bit closer to that storm. Our rain chances remain at around 30%. High temperatures, though, more mid-90s as we head into the weekend. High breaks down. We start to get back to our more lower 90s. Not a big drop in temperature mid next week.